Everybody, welcome to Young Adult Edition. I am so incredibly excited to see all of you. We are celebrating Christmas at Young Adult Edition today, and we are super excited that you have joined us. If you are with us live, go ahead and let us know what you are doing to celebrate Christmas this year. And if you're on our replay, we want to hear from you too. Jump down into those comments and let us know what you are doing to celebrate Christmas this year. I am joined by my fabulous co-host, Elle Beaumont. Elle, how are you doing? I see you're having some fun with your outfit today.
I am decked out right now. I'm great. How about you?
I am good. I'm slaying it over here. The Christmas jokes are happening today, guys. We are super excited for this. I am k.m. Robinson, co-host of Young Adult Edition, and we are incredibly excited to see all of you. We are very, very ready for Christmas here, and we are going to be talking all about Christmas traditions. We're going to be talking about Christmas songs. We'll be talking about Christmas movies, all things Christmas party today. So we would love to hear from you. As we are talking about things, let us know what your favorites are as we are celebrating together. Now, last week we did have our Christmas books episode, and the week before that we had our winter books episode. So if you are here for exclusive book talk, those are the episodes for you. But today we are having fun, and we are celebrating as we are getting ready for Christmas. But before we jump into the celebration, we do want to chat about some new book releases this week. So let me grab those and get those up on screen for you. We've got some fabulous books out this week we're very excited about. And Elle and I actually each happen to have a book out tomorrow for a double book release. So Elle's Hunter's Truce is coming out, and my The Goose Girl and the Artificial is releasing tomorrow. We're super excited for this. And before we move on, Elle, could you tell us a little bit about Hunter's Truce?
Hunter's Truce is a Big Bad Wolf and Three Little Pigs retelling. He is actually an assassin that is set on changing the way that the kingdom is run because the pigs sit on the throne, and they really they don't care about the werewolves that they're slaying and everything. So the Big Bad Wolf huffs and puffs, and he comes knocking on their door.
And you've actually got that with you right now, right?
I do. Look at that glorious cover. I have actually received so much fantastic feedback on this cover, and people have said that they just want to read it because of this cover. And shout out to the wonderful K.m. Robinson, who actually designed it for me. So kudos, K.m., because everybody is raving about this cover. So.
Thank you. That's actually one of my favorite covers that I've ever designed. So I'm excited that people are loving it. Great story as well, which I have read, guys. Make sure you check it out tomorrow. And my story, The Goose Girl and the Artificial, does come out tomorrow. Both of these stories were inside of anthologies and are now released. They're out on their own. The Goose Girl and the Artificial is a retelling of Goose Girl, only it's got a little bit of a sci-fi twist to it. We've got an artificially intelligent robot. We've got a robot butler. And this, unfortunately, artificial robot handmaiden has stolen the princess's identity as she is on her way to make a treaty with a foreign nation, and she ends up playing a robot and has to keep that secret because if she doesn't, her mother will be killed, and she eventually finds out that the prince and the king that she's on her way to do a treaty with will also be hurt if she does not keep the secret. And so she has to find a way to defeat this artificially intelligent robot who has taken her identity without getting everybody killed. Lots of fun, and it's out tomorrow. So we do hope that you guys will check out both of our books tomorrow. It's going to be lots of fun, and we're going to be doing some fun release day things as well. If you're joining us live and you are loving our outfits today, we want to hear about it. Jump down in the comments below and vote. Are you Team Santa Hat or Team Reindeer Antlers when it comes to your own Christmas outfits? Let us know what you are rocking out this year. Loving the Christmas vibes this week, Connie is saying. Thank you, Connie. We're super excited for this. We're definitely going all red and green and gold and fabulous. Speaking of which, that's a great segue because we actually wanted to take a look at some of our decorations. So, Elle, I'm going to toss you on screen solo. Tell us a little bit about what you are rocking out there.
So I'm actually rocking out my Christmas background. It says Merry Christmas. And for those of you who don't know, I've actually said this a couple times. This is a shower curtain, and I got it off of Amazon for like $9. But I absolutely love it. It's so shimmery and sparkly, and I don't know. I love Christmas, so it's like,
That's amazing. And we're going to switch over to me. I have decorated my bookshelves for Christmas. We've got the Christmas ribbon. We've got like little greenery going on here. There's even some gold here. We've got ornaments. There's like, it's just lots of Christmas. I just took lots and lots of Christmas and tossed it everywhere because that is the way I roll about 30 minutes before we go live. It's lots and lots of fun. And Connie is here saying she's Team Antlers. Fun fact, I actually had antlers yesterday and I snapped them when I went to try them on. They were old and they're just like totally normal, super cute antlers. And it just snapped. So that was the end of that. So we've got the Santa hat going on today. Lots and lots of fun. Actually, somewhere I have an elf hat. I have no idea where it is. I actually went and picked this one up yesterday because I have no idea where my Christmas hats are this year. We didn't get all of our Christmas decorations out because it's been a crazy year for us. So we're rocking out the new Santa hat this year. And now when I'm done, I'm going to put it on my dog. She's going to love me for it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I might put these on my dog Maggie because she is a moose. I call her a moose. So I think that would actually...
Okay, fun fact, for those of you looking for toys for your pets for Christmas, I was at PetSmart yesterday, and they have in like their clearance section, they've got these cute little stuffed animals for Christmas, and there's a dog shaped like a Christmas tree, but there's also like a Christmas moose. And so I got it for my sister and for my aunt's dogs. My dogs would just shred them because they're stuffed animals. So I got them little flat crinkle things they can't ruin quite as quickly. But they have the adorable little moose there, so you might want to go check that out for your babies.
Oh, that is so cute because I call her Maggie Moose. Maggie Moose Moose.
Love it. So guys, we are here celebrating Christmas. We're really excited for it. We're going to go through some favorites for Christmas. So we want to hear from you too. If you've got questions, if you've got comments, if you want to ask us questions, what our favorites are or how we're celebrating, feel free to ask us. We would love to hear from you. But we are going to dive in and we're going to talk all about our favorite things for Christmas. And I think that's a great place to start. So Elle, what is your absolute all-time favorite thing about celebrating Christmas?
You know what? I think it's just spending time with my family. We grew up always like really close-knit and everything. And I've actually always looked forward to Christmas Eve because that's what we celebrate the most is like, that's when my aunts and uncles and grandparents would come over and we'd all just have like this huge Christmas Eve party and we get to open our pajamas and everything. And I think just being together with my family and just, you know, loving each other. And I know it's like really mushy and like Hallmarky, but it's true. That is my favorite part is when we just come together as a family and just hang out with each other, laugh, eat, most importantly, eat.
What do you typically like? Do you have a tradition for your Christmas food or is it kind of just whatever you choose to do that year?
You know, it kind of changes up throughout the years, but there's like one thing that my grandmother started making that my sister actually started taking over, and it's like one of those staples. Like, if you don't make that, we're going to be upset. And they're actually stuffed cherry tomatoes, and it's like this Parmesan garlic cream sauce that goes inside of these little cherry tomatoes. A pain in the butt to make, but oh my gosh, like, just pop those back and you'll end up with like a sick stomach because you'll just
too many.
And my grandmother used to make these bacon wrapped water chestnuts that
that sounds good.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we're here talking all about Christmas foods on Young Adult Edition. If you are joining us live or you're on the replay, we want to hear from you. What foods do you love at Christmas time? Let us know below. Connie is in the comments and she says she loves the lights the most about Christmas. It makes everything feel so magical. I agree, Connie. I am loving on the lights. I had to comment up there one more time. I'll show that for us when you're done with your...
Yep. Yeah. My coffee's not important, but there are my lights, my Christmas lights.
Blinking necklace on, which I absolutely love. Super, super cute. Lights are a big deal. We actually have more than one location not too far from me that does like a big light spectacular. And so I think the local school always does a light show where you can drive into the parking lot. They set it to music. So you tune your car station into a certain radio channel and you can listen to this music go with the light display. But better than that, like 40 minutes away from me in a park, they have this entire display set up. And so you'll go and you'll see like the 12 days of Christmas, literally each one has their own giant light display, and they've got gingerbread houses and people skiing down slopes and like all sorts of amazing things. And it's just so much fun. And you drive through the entire park with the radio on because they've got the music to go with it as well. And you get to see all of these great lights. And then you drive around the town because the people have picked it up as well. So they've got houses that are all decorated and lovely. And it's just so much fun. I love going to see the lights. But a really cool tradition in my town, we actually have a cliff. It's called Irving Cliff. It was named after Washington Irving. And we've got a giant star. When I say giant, I mean like stories high. And it is this really cool star. And they light it up at it's Thanksgiving night, I guess. So Thanksgiving night, they light it up. And it goes all the way through New Year's. Every night they have it lit up. And then inside of it, there's actually a cross that they light up at Easter time. So it's a lot of fun. It's a big tradition for us. And I adore looking at the lights. That was one of those, like, we would go out on Black Friday and we'd always look for the star because it's the first sighting of it. So lots of fun. Which actually brings me to traditions. Let's talk about some Christmas traditions because you've got some cool things going on with your town and Christmas traditions. And I actually have a cool behind the scenes fact about my town and some Christmas tradition as well. So tell us about yours.
Well, there are actually two that I can think of. So in town, there's actually this park that every year they have a festival of the lights, and there's actually a train in there, and it takes you through the park, and you get to see all the lights. And this park has, it's an amusement park, so it's not just like you go to the park and see swans and everything. No, it's an entire park, and there's got a train, and it takes you around. You can see Santa Claus, and then they have like this little Victorian village of like these dolls and they're robots. So it's like it's really cute. I have old pictures from it, but it's really adorable. So that's one thing that my town specifically does this. It's right on the street from me. And do you think that I've been this year? No, I haven't. But a tradition that my state actually has, Boston, actually, in Nova Scotia in Canada, they actually have this old friendship because Nova Scotia had this horrible fire and we actually sent aid to them. So as a thank you and, keeping tradition with the friendship and everything, every single year we get their biggest, best tree and they ship it down here. And the tree that you see in Boston Common is actually the Nova Scotia tree. And it's like this huge, it's sweet. It gives me goosebumps because it's so sweet. There's actually somebody that escorts it from Nova Scotia and hands it off and helps them set it up and everything. And it's just, I love it. I hope it never goes away because it's just like this old friendship, and the tradition is just so amazing. Like it I don't know, it's sweet.
That is really nice. I do love that. And how cool would it be to have that job? Like you get to escort the Christmas tree across the ocean and you can set it up. Like, I think I'd be lobbying for that job.
I know that it's so awesome. They had pictures of it and everything. And I'm like, that is just awesome. A tree is getting like an escort, like a president or something.
Hey, I mean, token of friendship. It's important. We take care of these things.
It is. And I love it. I actually, one of my author friends, Christy, is from Nova Scotia, and we've known each other for years. And when we found out, like, oh my gosh, like, this is crazy because it's just like like you said, the token of friendship. It's amazing. I love it. Love it.
That's so awesome. I do love that. My town actually has a pretty cool little known for thing. Do you guys have a favorite Christmas song? We're going to ask that in a minute. I do want to know, but if you do have a favorite Christmas song, let us know down below. My hometown is actually known for a number of things, but Christmas related, we are known because there was a Christmas song written here. I'm very excited about it. This is my favorite Christmas song because Hometown Bride. If you guys have ever heard, and I know you have, because if you've ever heard Christmas music, you have, Winter Wonderland was actually written in my hometown. So back when I was in the 4th grade, they took us on like a heritage trip type deal. And they took us around the town. They showed us all the famous, important things that my town has done. And they actually showed us the apartment where it was written overlooking our Central Park. And so when you guys hear Winter Wonderland, that was my town, guys. That was all about right here in Pennsylvania. So it's lots of fun. And if you do have a favorite Christmas song, we would love to hear from you. Let us know, what is your favorite Christmas song? I'm looking for the words to throw up on the screen. And it's, where is it? I don't know where it is on my list of things. Favorite Christmas song. I found it. Elle, do you have a favorite Christmas song?
I do. Silent Night.
Is that about your kids?
Yeah, that is about my kids. It's going to be a silent night tonight. No. You know what though? Like Christmas song, Silent Night, I would say. But winter song, I love Baby It's Cold Outside. I know there's like controversy about it and everything, but I absolutely love it. I love the playfulness, the flirtatiousness with it, and I don't know, it's just fun.
I'm a big like Christmas song, winter song person, and so I sing them a lot when it's not Christmas. I try to restrict myself to like, after Thanksgiving, but it doesn't always work. So I'm a big fan of Christmas songs. I love listening to them. I love singing them. I love rearranging them. I love combining them. It's so much fun. And then in the middle of summer, I'll just randomly sing Christmas songs for no good reason. I just accidentally do. It's lots of fun.
There's no wrong time to listen to Christmas music. That's at least me, because there's actually my parents, I'm a music person because my parents were music people. Like my parents were always playing music. And I grew up listening to these CDs. Like they'd put it on at night and be like, go to sleep music, right? And one of them is one of my absolute favorites, which is Winter Solstice 4. And it has it all sounds like Celtic music, like a very medieval type sounding, but oh my gosh, it puts me to sleep. However, I actually just wrote something over the weekend, and that is what I was vibing off of big time. Nice. And that happened to be like my playlist, and I'm like, oh, this is just I love it. So if you have not, that CD is actually on Spotify. So look for Winter Solstice 4 and enjoy that, because it's just like mood music, and you can have it playing in the background, and I love it. Love it.
Very nice. I do like that. I'm gonna have to look that up because I haven't heard that yet.
I think you'd love it because it doesn't have words in it. It's just music,
which is super helpful because I can't write when I have things with words on it. It's a problem. Hey, if you're just joining us, let us know, what is your favorite Christmas song? We would love to talk more about that. But we're going to switch gears just a little bit, talk about some more Christmas entertainment, because I want to talk about everybody's other favorite part of Christmas entertainment, movies. So, Elle, do you have a favorite Christmas movie? Which I know is super hard, but...
You know what? Scrooge the Musical has to be that is like a staple. If I don't watch Scrooge the Musical, it's not Christmas. And I just told myself I have to watch it. The Muppet Christmas Carol, I've watched it since it came out. I love it. If you can't tell, I'm a huge fan of A Christmas Carol. But if we're going to Hallmark, my guilty pleasure has to be A Princess for Christmas, because it's just like a feel-good, sappy movie.
I still haven't seen that one. I need to make an effort to watch that.
You do. I loved it. I loved it so much. I just did. It's goofy and awkward, and it speaks to me because that's me.
Nice. When I was a little girl, I used to love the old classic Christmas movies. So Rudolph and Frosty and that particular stop motion type deal. And so I was a big fan of Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey. That was my all-time ultimate favorite, loved it so much movie. The stop motion Jack Frost. I love that. That was actually my introduction to my love of Jack Frost, which then led me to write a Jack Frost retelling. I was a big fan of Rudolph, but I also loved movies like The Polar Express. That one was so much fun. And Elf. How many of you are friends of Elf? Do let us know. I will probably start quoting Elf because that's kind of what I do this time of year. But I just adore Christmas movies. They are so much fun to watch. And I used to, when I was really little, they used to put the stop motion ones on at like 6 a.m. It was because, well, okay, let me backtrack a little bit. They used to have them on all the time when I was little. And then when I got older, they started pulling them off in favor of like stuff that wasn't even Christmassy. And so then they would only put them on really early. And then the Christian ones, the Christian ones, they're like, no, 6 a.m. And so I would have to get up at 6 a.m. to watch The Little Drummer Boy and
Nestor,
the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey.
And did you ever see The First Christmas Snow? Because that's another one.
Yes, with the little blind person?
Yes.
I'm like, the name. That could be more than one thing. I think it's the one with the
he gets struck by lightning and the nuns help it. Yeah.
Oh, that one was so cute too. I just love all those old stop motion ones. Like,
I do too.
Good. And then they had like Rudolph, but like 4 different versions of Rudolph. So Rudolph's Shiny New Year and Rudolph's Christmas in July.
I did not like those. I only liked the actual Rudolph. I did not like Shiny New Year. It annoyed me. It just
that.
No.
No, all of the Rudolph ones I loved so much. I thought those were fantastic. The shiny.
No. And then like the different Frosty the Snowmans. No, it's just.
Yeah, I wasn't too keen on the extra Frosties, but loved the Rudolph ones. I loved the Christmas in July one because I was obsessed with the main girl in it, in the red dress who worked at the circus. Her mother's name was Lady Lorraine, and I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
I don't think I've even seen that because I think the reason why is my mom is not like a fan of sequels. She really isn't. She's like, it can never be as good as the first. So I never watched sequels.
Well, says the woman who never realized that there was a third Aladdin movie.
I was gonna say, like, I didn't know that there was Aladdin's dad out there. Like.
That's pretty bad. I mean, I know that I was limited in a lot of what I watched, but I knew that one. Come on.
Yeah, but we've watched a lot of different movies. Like, I grew up on a wide range of movies.
And there's a lot that I didn't see. Connie's in the comments, and she is saying Elf hands down and the Nutcracker. Hey, did you watch the new Nutcracker? I know you and I did, but those of you joining us live and in the rebroadcast, have you watched the new Disney live-action Nutcracker? I thought it was adorable. I was like,
Yeah, well, the Sugar Plum Fairy just, yeah.
It was definitely a bit younger based, so if you were like in it for the wonderful Disney awesomeness, it was definitely for the younger kids, not for the older people. But the costumes were so cool.
The costumes were amazing. Like the design in general was amazing. I mean, I grew up on the Nutcracker too. Like that was when I was younger. That was something that we had to watch it, and we had like the actual ballet. You know, like we would watch that, and my sister was lucky enough to actually see the ballet. Like
I got to see it. It was lots of fun.
I never got taken out anywhere. I didn't get to see the Phantom of the Opera like the rest of my family did. Like
sadness. Well, you're grown up now. I mean, take your husband.
Oh yeah, because he's going to be no.
Okay, I'm sorry. Ditch your husband and come out with me.
Yeah, that's more like it.
We will go do fun things, and we'll go see Broadway shows and have lovely times. That's the way it'll go.
Yeah, that's more like it. That is more like it, because I wanted to go see Cats. I know this is like completely derailing off of the Christmas thing, but I wanted to see Cats.
Your Christmas present. Brought it right back around.
Yeah.
Johnny's in the comments. She was loving on the new Nutcracker. I had a lot of fun when I went to see it. I did. It was younger based. Admittedly, it was younger based, but I thought it was adorable. All right. Moving on. We've talked a little bit about entertainment now. I want to move on to the food. Now, we have talked a touch about the food, but I want to get really specific here. Everybody's favorite part of Christmas food, or at least a Christmas tradition that you cannot pass up, happens to be Christmas cookies. So let's talk all about everybody's favorite Christmas snack. Elle, do you have a favorite Christmas cookie, and do you like to bake cookies a lot?
I'm not real big on cookies, surprisingly. I don't really like cookies that much. I do enjoy baking. So when I do make cookies, my favorite Christmas cookie is one that you actually love, is making the oatmeal, white chocolate, cranberry. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
You
one.
I'm a little picky on my cookies, but I do love the oatmeal, and I love white chocolate chips, and get the cranberries in there, get the raisins in there. So good. So
Yep.
good.
Yep. And I mean, I live in cranberry country, so, you know, it's
Readily available for you.
readily available. And that has to be one of my favorites, is that cookie. And honestly, just a chocolate chip cookie, like just a warm, gooey chocolate chip cookie.
That's so much fun. My favorite Christmas cookie to eat, they're the Archway wedding cookies, and they only make them at Christmas time. They're my favorite thing ever. They're so good. They're probably really, 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 really unhealthy for you, which isn't, I mean, I'm a healthy eating person, but those cookies are amazing. Like, one day, when I get married, I want those at my wedding, even though it's going to be in the summer. I'm going to have to make some kind of special allowance with these people. I love them so much, and you can't ever find them outside of Christmas, and even at Christmas time they're hard to find. Favorite things in the world. But I love making like sugar cookies and decorating those. I'm not much of an icing or sprinkle person, but I do like decorating them. I'll have like the little crystal sprinkles, not like the actual, like the little crystal ones. But lots and lots of fun, and anything with white chocolate chips works for me.
Oh, I know you like your white chocolate chips. I think there's one cookie that I actually really, really like that I'm surprised, because I don't like store-bought cookies. I'm really picky about having like that authentic, like home-baked taste to them. But I love the maple leaf ones, and I don't know if anywhere else aside from like New England has them, but it's shaped like a maple leaf, and inside it has cream like an Oreo, and it's maple flavored.
Yep, that's a thing. Not as much down here, but it's definitely around.
Yeah. And those are super, super, super good. Amazing.
Hey guys, thanks for joining. We appreciate you being here. We are celebrating Christmas on Young Adult Edition today. Super excited to see all of you. And let us know. We're talking all about Christmas things today. Do you have any Christmas traditions? What do you do every single year at Christmas? I know for my family, for the majority of my life, Christmas Eve was spent at my dad's parents' house. So we went and saw that side of the family on Christmas Eve. Then Christmas morning was spent at my house. And then Christmas afternoon, Christmas lunch was spent over at my grandmother's on my mom's side. Now, obviously, that's changed as we have grown up. We've lost some family members. Everything's kind of changing now. But that was always a big thing for us. We would do Christmas Eve at dad's parents, and then Christmas afternoon at mom's, and then Christmas morning at my family. And we had some other things too. We used to go sledding, and we would go skating on our pond, and lots of fun, fabulous things like that. But it was always lots of fun to kind of have those 3 Christmases for us. Elle, how about you?
So over the years, it's changed drastically, because when I was younger, it used to be Christmas Eve at my parents' house, Christmas morning at my grandmother's, and then Christmas night at my other grandmother's house. And then things changed, and it ended up being Christmas Eve at my parents' house, Christmas Day, like brunch at my grandmother's, and then my parents again for Christmas dinner. So it just changed over the years, people passing away, families growing. But yeah, it's always, I used to have that many Christmases too. Like it's just crazy when you're bouncing around. Like,
yeah, it was always growing up. It was like very, very fast paced. Everything was normal until Christmas Eve that afternoon. And then come like 5:00, we would go up to my grandparents. And from that point on, you didn't breathe until the day after Christmas.
That's
Which
the 26th. That was like the.
here's the thing though. We only got the morning for the 26th because it was my cousin's birthday. So we had Christmas, a tiny break, cousin's birthday.
But see, then she had vacation for her birthday, so that's nice.
I know. Well, it was always a big deal because she had her birthday right after Christmas, and so she was always off for her birthday, and the rest of us were not because we had it during the school year. It was not a fun thing. But, you know.
Sometimes I get a long weekend because my birthday can be near Columbus Day. So
yeah, I had no luck. Like if we got a snow day, and it was a snow day, we were stuck at home, but mostly it was go to school.
It stinks.
It wasn't fun. And then my sister's in May. My other cousin was in November, so we were all in school. That's the way it was. Unless we were on a weekend, fun times. All right, guys. We are here celebrating Christmas, a young adult edition. Before we go, I want to talk a little bit about what would happen if we were elves. As you can see, I've got my elf ears on today. So, Elle, if you happen to be an elf, what job would you have?
Definitely not rapping. I am horrible at rapping. I think I would be in charge of organizing where the presents go to because I'm good at that. I'm not good at rapping at all.
I'm actually pretty good at rapping. And then in my adult life, I would be like, I can rap that. I know it's a weird shape. I'm going to go look on YouTube, and I would get all fancy about it.
No, I'm like, it's going to be torn open anyway. Like, what's the point?
Okay,
take the tape and just.
I have a cousin. She decided to be a little snotty one year, and then it just kind of carried over. If it was wrapped in a lot of tape, we always knew this one cousin was the one that wrapped it.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Like, oh, yeah, Elle must have done that because, yeah, it's more tape than it is paper.
Okay, so then when you are wrapping presents for your family, are you a wrapping paper girl or are you I'm going to put it in a bag girl?
I actually do wrap things for my family. If it's something that's it needs to go in a bag, then I put it in a bag. But generally speaking, I will wrap it. And that's how much I love them because I really cannot stand wrapping.
See, that's so funny because I'm definitely like a wrapping person. And I kind of have this feeling like if you put it in a bag, that's just cheating. It takes away the joy of unwrapping something. It's so much more fun to rip open the wrapping paper. Like, I'm a wrapping paper girl. I understand that some things cannot be wrapped and need to go in bags. I get that, and I do that. But I am always wrapping paper over bags if there is a choice. That's kind of the deal. Let us know, guys, in the comments. Are you a wrapping paper or a wrapping bag person? Let us know. How do you wrap your presents?
Yeah, because I mean, I like watching them slowly open the wrapping paper. You know,
who are you hanging out with? Slowly.
Okay, so the younger generation is usually but the older ones they usually like take their time opening it. But anyway, like I like that. I don't like what comes before that, like the whole wrapping thing, and even the grid paper that's supposed to help you. Forget it. But yeah, no, I'm terrible at wrapping. My husband actually is the one that does the wrapping mostly because he actually is like very meticulous when it comes to wrapping things. And he's always like, what did you do to that? Give me that. I'm going to rewrap it. Okay. I'll get the bags. But then the thing about bags is I save bags as long as it doesn't have
reuse.
And you can reuse it, repurpose it. Wrapping paper, it's gone. Unless you save like a little square and you're artsy and you put it in like picture frames on the wall.
Yeah. Yep. That is unfortunate that you can't reuse wrapping paper, but
It is.
But I definitely reuse my bags too. That's definitely one benefit to that. So
Yeah, and like the tissue paper you can reuse again, and like all about recycling.
we repurpose things, friends. That's what we do around here. It's lots
Save
of fun.
the planet, people. No.
Oh goodness. Or I mean, I'm a dystopian writer. Shouldn't I be like, no, give me more to write about? We're in the planet. It's okay. I'm gonna write about it. Not really, guys. Don't do that. We take care of our planet. It's all good. We read
it's the
about
only one we get.
It is true. It is true, guys. So let us know. Do you have quick Christmas questions? We want to hear from you. If you want to hear about our traditions, about what we did growing up, what we're doing this year, go ahead and hit us in those comments down below. We'll get those answered for you. But we are wrapping up in the next few minutes. And I did want to toss out there, I just thought of a new, not a new tradition, but another tradition that I did growing up that I didn't mention yet. So my mother's mother, my grandfather died when I was very little. I was 2 years old when he passed away. So she was on her own for all of my life pretty much. And so as a little girl, I used to get really concerned that she wasn't getting enough presents because she didn't have my grandfather to give her presents. And so her Christmas was literally our Christmas. She celebrated with us. She came over and watched us open our presents at our house. And she went over and watched my cousins at their house. And then we would go over to her house for lunch. And that was her Christmas celebration. I was always really worried she was not being taken care of at Christmas time, even though she was. But I was always very worried about this. And so as the ringleader of my sister and my two cousins and I would initiate these present buying things. So one year when I was old enough to know what I was doing, I guess, we actually had our parents take us to the store and we each got like $5 and we got to buy some presents for my grandmother to make sure she had a bunch of presents to open at Christmas. So it wasn't just a couple of things from each family. And so we did that for like 2 years. And then my cousins and my sister gave up and they were like, nope, we're done. But I was not. And so I took all my money and I went and got her like very cost efficient. Like I would go get her $1, $2, $3 kind of presents. And I would wrap them all up and put them in a giant stocking. When I'm saying giant, I mean the size of your child size stocking. And every Christmas until we lost her, I would fill up this stocking full of cheapy little decorative stuff that she absolutely loved. A lot of it was like the solar powered flowers that danced and things, and like little sculptures of puppies and whatever, just cutesy little things that she would like. So she would have a lot of things to open at Christmas. So every single Christmas, I was the girl dragging in the giant stocking and opening up all the stuff, and she was so happy about it every year. This is why, my friends, I was the favorite. Just that was actually a thing. Lots of fun.
So talking about traditions and everything. So my mom would be like in a frenzy trying to get ready for Christmas Eve party and everything. And my mom was like, you have to take the kids out, like to my dad, you have to take them out, like get them out so I can actually do something. So my dad, every year we'd save up our cans and bring them to what is called the Can King and exchange it for money. So we'd save up these cans, cash in the cans, go to this little gift shop where we could spend our money because my dad would just like split it between the three of us. And we'd go there and pick out like little knickknacks for gifts and everything. And they have a cafe there. So we'd get lunch there while we were there, and my mom would be happy. But it's like this cute little gift store where it has knick-knacky things to like really expensive, really nice handmade items, really quality, like imported things and stuff. So, I mean, that was something that we still do actually to this day. Every Christmas Eve, we meet up at this little gift shop, and it's something that I love. Just spending time with my dad and my sister. My brother's usually working now, but me and my sister are always there with my dad.
That is so much fun. Back when I was little, our school used to do a Santa's workshop, and so it was one evening, I don't know, I think it was like after school, but it might have been on a weekend, and the parents could bring their kids, and they could go around to different vendors. It was like a little craft show for kids And we could do our Christmas shopping right in the school cafeteria. And it was adorable and lots of fun. And that just reminded me of that.
We used to have one of those too. I loved it. Like you could get even like Christmas paper. You could get wrapping paper there. Yeah, I love that. You could do like they actually have, at my son's school, they have a Wonderland shopping spree that you can go, and you can actually bring your kids there and they can do their Christmas. They actually encourage the kids to go so they can do their Christmas shopping.
That's fantastic. I love that. Hey, if you have a place that you love to go shopping every year for Christmas, do let us know in those comments. We would love to hear what you are doing to get your Christmas shopping done. Elle, are you done with your Christmas shopping?
Not really. I have one or two more places to go, and then I'll be done. Because actually, a lot of stuff this year is handmade. I like to get away with handmade stuff when I can. For those of you who don't know, I make candles, I make soap, chapsticks, and stuff like that. I crochet too. So usually I try to get away with making things rather than buying things because they just mean more. And,
Yeah. I always like making things too. I do crocheting as well. And a couple of years ago, I had my little cousin. She was obsessed with Olaf from Frozen. And I actually crocheted her a giant, almost life-size Olaf.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was amazing. It was so cool. I made one for myself. And it looks just like him. It was so great. And then the following Halloween, she was in a parade. She dressed up as a ventriloquist and carried Olaf around. All the girls dressed up as Elsa just flipped over him. It was so cute.
That's adorable. That is absolutely adorable.
Right? But I love the homemade stuff. It is so great and so personal too.
It is.
I finished my shopping yesterday, which is actually a little bit of a lie because I finished it earlier. I took my dad to do his shopping yesterday because he's a typical man. You have to drag him to do his Christmas shopping. But I took him out. We went to lunch. We had lots of fun, and I got all of his shopping done as well. My shopping's been done for a few days, but typically I am one of those girls that starts like right after Christmas and then finishes by Black Friday. Black Friday is kind of my last hurrah. This year was a little bit different. We've got some different things going on in my family, so I was a little behind, but I got all my stuff done. Most of it was through Amazon. Thank you, Amazon.
Yes, exactly. I'm usually done by now too. Like this is probably the latest that I've ever not been done. It's just been insanity here too. Just a whole bunch of stuff. And it's just been.
I know.
But this week I'm finishing up. Like, woohoo. It stresses me out to do like last minute stuff. Yeah. Stresses me out big time. But I will be finishing this week.
I am not a last minute person. I like to get my stuff done early so I'm ready to go. Like things are wrapped under the tree come the week after Thanksgiving and it is like done. It's out of the way. My dad likes to wait until the last minute. And so I have to take him to do his shopping every year. My stuff's always done, but I have to take him. I think this is the earliest I've been able to get him to go Christmas shopping with me in a really long time. And it is solely and exclusively because he's going to have to go into a new round of chemotherapy. He's going to be really sick. So I was able to use you're going to be really sick. You can't be out in public. You can't be around people because it will kill you. We're going tomorrow. And I literally texted him. I was actually out shopping with my mom. And I texted him, I'm like, we're going Christmas shopping tomorrow. If you're a good boy and don't cry when we see Santa, I'll take you to your favorite store, which happens to be a tool store down here. He's like, so I bribed him, and then we didn't end up going to the tool store. His decision, not mine, but we got his shopping done, and I'm happy.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Now I just have to wrap all of his presents for him.
Wrapping.
I love wrapping, though. I think it's so much fun. I put on, like, Christmas music, or I'll put on a Christmas movie, and I'll just do all my wrapping. It's great. It's wonderful.
That's what I usually do, too. I'll put on Hallmark and do my wrapping, but that just...
The last couple of years, I actually got DVDs of those old classic stop motions, and so I put those on, because every single year, I insist that I watch them, and so I'll just pop on the DVD whenever, and I'll watch Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey, and I'll watch Rudolph, and I'll watch Jack Frost, and those are kind of like my staple three. And so I'll just put those on, and I'll do my wrapping. That'll be great.
See, I have to watch The Year Without Santa Claus, because the Miser Brothers,
I love
I love the miser because you and I are like the miser sisters. We really are.
No, we really are.
We are.
I have to say, yours is a little bit cooler than mine. Cooler. I always liked his personality better, but like, give me the warm weather, guys. I will be the heat miser.
Yeah, I mean, he was a hothead, the heat miser. No pun intended. Like, he really was. He was just grumpy, but he was, you know, I like the cool guy.
I know. That whole I
love that skit. That is like my favorite.
I know.
Favorite.
And then Mother Nature comes in. Oh, it's just great.
Yeah, and I think it's Big Bad Voodoo Daddy they made a cover of that, which is I don't know if you know who Big Bad Voodoo Daddy is, but
I know the name. I don't know the.
It's like big swing music, and they actually did a cover of that, and it's pretty awesome. And I have to play that.
That's so much fun. I'm totally gonna look that up.
Yeah,
very nice.
Give it to me with music. So
I know. We really should have just had you made a Christmas playlist for this so that we could just give it out at the end. We didn't think that far ahead.
No, but you guys can always look up Winter Solstice 4 on Spotify or on YouTube because it's a great CD to listen to that will probably put you to sleep. So.
Hey, I mean that's your go-to for Christmas Eve night. When you're getting ready and you have to get up at 6 a.m. to unwrap presents. When do you get up to unwrap your presents? Elle, did your family get up early?
It depends on when my kids wake up. I let them be the alarm. I usually set my coffee pot to just go off automatically because I never know when my kids are gonna wake up. And my kids know that they can open their stockings without the parents being awake. And that's a tradition of my family. Like, you can open your stockings because Santa actually puts presents inside the stockings too with the candy. So they can play with that stuff, but they cannot touch the presents under the tree. They have to wait for mommy and daddy to wake up. And then we usually try to go from youngest to oldest. So it's not like just, and it just kind of like extends the experience a little bit more. And that's a tradition that was passed on from my dad's family because it's so huge. We always went from the youngest to oldest. And it just like, it made everybody got their time and it just drew out the experience. So it wasn't just a blur of paper. So
we kind of, and this was for like all three of my Christmases, we all just took turns. So it was like, I would open a present, my sister would open a present, my mom would open a present, my dad would open a present. And then if it was like the big extended family, sometimes it was like a couple of people at once. So that all the grandkids would open their presents all at once. Then all the children would open their presents at once. And well, I guess I said that wrong. So like the grandkids and then the parents and then the grandparents and everybody kind of got their own levels of doing it because they would want to see things. Yeah. But everybody stopped when it came to grandma's turn in the huge family. My dad's really big. When grandma and grandpa opened their presents, everybody had to stop and watch. But we all tried to take turns so everybody didn't have to wait like seriously long times. That was hard for the children. We didn't want to wait. So it was like one present, then you wait, another present, then you wait. So. Yeah,
well, I mean, that was the thing. Like, my family's huge. My dad's family, it just ginormous. So you'd be waiting to open a present and just like, meanwhile, you're like getting nervous because everybody would like stop and turn, like watch you. I'm like, I'm just gonna hide on the steps. And honestly, like that's where my family hid. Every Christmas, we'd hide on the steps, and that was known as our thing because, like, yeah, I don't like being watched when I'm opening things.
Fun times. Hey, let us know, what were your Christmas present opening traditions growing up, and what do you have now? We'd love to hear from you, but we do have to wrap up our party. We are at the top of our hour, and so if you are joining us live, go ahead and let us know your Christmas traditions. And if you're joining us on the replay, we want to hear from you too. Jump down in those comments and let us know what you do to celebrate Christmas. And if you're having fun, do us a favor. Hit that share button now. That tells Facebook we're doing something awesome, and it kicks this video out to more people, which means we can do even more cool stuff for you guys. Now, here is the deal. This is our very last episode for 2018. Young Adult Edition is going to be back in 2019, and we're super excited to see you guys in 2019 for our brand new episodes. We've got some incredible guest stars coming on. We've got some great topics we're talking about. We cannot wait to tell you all about them, but you will have to wait until 2019. We're here every single Monday, starting again in 2019 at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Facebook.com/k.m.robinson and we'll be back after the new year. We're super excited for it. We got some really cool things planned, but I will be doing some other stuff throughout the course of the week that's very Christmas related. We've got some book unboxings coming up as well. And tomorrow is the double book release for Elle and I. We are going to be dropping 2 new books tomorrow, so we will be live several times before the end of this year here on the channel as well. But Young Adult Edition is coming back in 2019. If you have an author you would love to see on the show, let us know. Tag them in the comments below. Let them know you want to see them on the show, and we will do our best to get them on as a guest star. Elle, before we go, remind everybody what book comes out tomorrow, and then let everybody know where they can find you.
Hunter's Truce comes out tomorrow, and this is the Big Bad Wolf and Three Little Pigs retelling, where he's an assassin and he's on a mission. You can always find me on my website, elbeaumontbooks.com. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at elbeaumontbooks. And Twitter, you can find me at elbeaumont. And YouTube, you can find some rebroadcasts and unboxing and such at elbeaumont.
Fantastic. And I'm K.m. Robinson. My brand new book, The Goose Girl and the Artificial, does release tomorrow. We're going to be doing some really cool stuff, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And you can come hang out with me at k.m.robinsonbooks.com and at K.m. Robinson Books on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, IGTV, and all those fun, fabulous things. I do have some really cool videos releasing this week and the following week, so I hope you guys will stick around. And then I might just have some New Year's stuff coming for you after Christmas as well. So be sure to stay tuned. Big things are coming. And like I said, we're coming back in 2019 with brand new episodes of Young Adult Edition with some incredible guest stars and amazing topics we cannot wait to tell you all about. Please join us for the rest of the week for lots of Christmas things and our book releases tomorrow. We're incredibly excited for this. But until then, we want to wish you guys the merriest of Christmases. We hope you have a great time with your friends and family and celebrating. Elle, any Christmas wishes before we go?
Enjoy your family. It's not about gifts or anything. It's spending time with your family and friends, and just have a safe holiday, everybody. And Happy New Year. I will see you in the new year.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Until 2019's episodes of Young Adult Edition, stay inspired, and we will see you in the next couple of days for a little bit more Christmas celebration. Bye.